Okay, today's lesson is complex trinomial factoring. So a simple trinomial is something we've done. And when we talked about a simple trinomial, it starts with x squared. Okay, so complex trinomial, the difference between a simple and complex is that it's going to have a number in front of the x squared. Okay, so when we factor these ones, they're got two x's at the starts. Okay, the complex trinomials are going to be different. So here is an example. 6x squared plus 7x plus 2 equals 0. Oh, sorry. We'll just do that. Okay. So the first thing is that we're going to take the first and the last and multiply them. And we get a 12. So now I'm going to list multiples of 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. Do any of those give you a combination to get 7? And this. So this is a 6 and this is a 2. So that is a positive 12. To get a positive 7, so positive 7, they also multiply to positive 12. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath the 6 and list 1, 6, 2, and 3. Those are the ways I could have multiplied to get that. And I'm going to go under the 2 and say I could have multiplied 1 times 2. Can you find any pair-ups that would combine that would get you a 4 and a 3? So if I take this group and this group, I can see that this would give me a 4 and this would give me a 3. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. So, starting my brackets. The first, remember we're doing the foiling still. The first has to make 6x squared, and I'm going to use 2x and 3x. Okay. The outside and insides have to combine to get me 7. So I'm matching the 2 with the 2. So that's my outside. And I'm matching the 3 with my 1. And then I'm deciding that they're both positive. So let's check out our foiling. 6x squared, that works. Outsides are 4x and 3x for the insides. That makes my 7. And the last makes my 2. So it's all about the breakdown of the FOIL. Okay, so here's another example. 2m squared plus 19m plus 45. So I'm going to go 2 times 45, which is 90. 192, 45, 330, 518, 6 times 15, and 9 times 10. So do you see any multiples of 90 that would make a 19? And that would be that. So again, since 2 and 45 are positive, positive, I need a positive 19, so positive, positive. Okay, go underneath your 2. How you would have multiplied to the first, you need a 1 and a 2. How do you multiply to 45? Well, you actually have a couple choices. 145, 3 times 15, and 5 times 9. So now do you see, well, this is the only pair. Does it pair with any of those to make a 9 and a 10? So I can see that that group with that group is what's going to work. I'm I'm going to pair the 1 and 9 together to get a 9. And I'm going to pair the 2 and the 5 together to get a 10. Okay, so now when I start my brackets, I'm going to have 1m and 2m. I've already done that first. I'm going to go O and I to make the 19. So I already know the 1 is going to go with the 9. So there's my 9m. And the 2 is going to go with the 5. So there's my 10m. So there's my 19m. So I'm done OI. And plus the last to make 45. Okay, another example. Let's go 6x squared plus 17x plus 10. Okay, so now I'm going to loop 60. So 160, 230, 320, and 415, 5 and 12, 6 and 10. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to pair 17, and this needs to be a positive. So I'm going to pair it with this one, because if they're both positive, that makes my positive 17. Okay, so underneath I'm going to go 1, 6, 2, and 3. That's how I could get a 6. Under a 10, I could have gone 1 times 10 or 2 times 5. Looking for pair-ups that will make a 5 and a 12. It looks like it would be this one. So a 5 and a 12. Okay, so 1x and 6x. I'm pairing the outside and inside of the FOIL. So the 1 is with the 5. So there's my 5x. And the 6 is with my 2 for 12x. So there's my 17x. There's my 6x squared. And in the last, there's my 10. Okay, I am going to try this one again, but I'm going to change something on you. Okay, so what did I do? I changed this. So this is negative. So when I loop that, that's a negative 60. Okay, and I have all my multiples, so I'm just going to write them again. Okay, so this time I'm looking for numbers that will multiply to get me negative 60. So what do I know about negative? You'll have a positive and a negative number. So they have to get me a positive 17. So now I actually have to use that set, because positive 20 and negative 3, do you see how that multiplies to negative 60? That adds to positive 17. So you see how that's different when you have to think about if it's a negative. You're going to have one negative and one positive. Okay, so 1, 6, 2, 3, 1, 10, 2, 5. So now I'm looking for a grouping of 20 and 3. So now it looks like I would like to use this group so that I could go 20 and 3. So in my brackets, this is my first. So 2x and 3x. That makes my 6x squared. And then in the last, I have to make sure I'm connecting my O and my I. So the 2 goes with the 10. So there's 20x positive, and then the 3 goes with a 1, and I need that to be negative. So think about your FOIL system. First times first, 6x squared, positive 20x, negative 3x makes 17x, and last is negative 10. Okay, one more and then we're done. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put a 72 there. And sometimes you get good at knowing your multiples, but not just listing them out. 2 times 36. I actually think I found my pair already. That get me 38, if those are both positive. Okay, so this could be 1 and 8, a 2 and a 4. And you could have used a 1, 9, or a 3, 3. So getting a 36 and a 2. That would be using that one and that one. I can see a 2 and a 36. So 2m and 4m get me my 8m squared. And outsides, 2 is with a 1. And 4 is with a 9. And you can see 8m squared plus 2m and 36m make 38m and plus 9.